Well, looky here. I have one of my besties. It's Lisa Scola-Mullins. Lisa Scola-Mullins. Yeah. Yay! How are you
Now we
doing?
all know we didn't legally change that. It's still Lisa School, y'all. I can't put that on a document, but I am definitely a
Oh,
Mullins.
oh, you kept. See, I wanted to just call you Scola. That was me,
Yeah,
but
it's School. Yeah, it's
we
School
call
Mullins.
each
But
other
I
last
wanted I
names.
wanted I wanted Eric to change his name. I felt that would have been more appropriate given the circumstances.
I think you should too. I feel
And we
bad,
could have
but
all been Scola.
this little group of friends that you got going that I'm in, we all call Mullins Mullins like Seinfeld calls Newman Newman.
That's exactly correct.
We, yeah, we like Eric, but we're mean to him.
Yeah, we did. He's like a verb.
Mullins. Oh, anyway,
Yep.
how now we've got that picture from way back. Was that the first time that we met?
That would be the very first time that we met. Yeah. That
And
filters quite a bit. It's still on my phone. We should have popped it up for this. Maybe I'll send it to you.
yes,
You can put it on the thing.
yes, you
But
should.
I was blonde then, and I got my bright colors on. That was your tour, and you were in Akron, Ohio. So I couldn't wait to go. I was like a little maybe advanced unit leader at the time, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I've seen that Rich and Famous video. I mean, like all that had transpired, and I said when you went on tour, I'm like, I need to go. That's so close. So yep, got a picture. Who would have thought?
That was awesome. So Akron, do you know roughly the year? I don't. It had to be early 90s or
That would have
late 90s.
been, I started selling Avon in 2001,
Oh,
my 25th year.
I
So
didn't know
my
that.
daughter was 1 year old. Yep. So it was 2001. And that would have probably been 2000. I'm going to say, when did you start your tour? Do you remember?
Oh, I've done different ones, so I don't know.
So that
I
would have
don't know.
probably been, I'm going to guess maybe 2005. Well, no,
Did I have
2000.
the kid with me or no?
No, no, I
Oh,
don't, not that I
then I
seen.
don't know. Right.
You had a dude with suspenders.
I had a dude with suspenders on. Number one. No,
Yes,
Number
I think
two.
it was two.
Number two. Yeah. We're
Yeah.
talking about my ex-husband, so I have to number like
We number them, yeah. So I'm
yeah.
thinking that
That was
timeline
good.
right there. Yeah.
So that's awesome. So that was pre 2005. So
Oh
had
yeah.
that had to be. So that's
Yep.
awesome. And I
I
had the big
know.
white truck. The big,
Yes.
yeah,
Yep.
that was an
Yep.
adventure.
And
Yeah.
that was awesome. That was awesome. Those were the days when nobody seen that vision where I would in Youngstown. I would go to the meetings and the managers, and we had a couple unit leaders, but I would hear all the time, and this is so important not to listen to because I didn't listen to it. Oh, nobody around here is going to make it in leadership. I mean, there's no advanced unit leaders. We don't see executives. There's certainly no seniors. And I'm like, oh, that's going to be me. They're like, really? I'm like, yeah, yeah, 100%. I'm gonna ride that train. I was like so on fire. I couldn't wait. And you know why? Because I'd have a reason not to. Like I didn't understand why it wouldn't work. So I just listened to the ones like you and the other ones that I was meeting, the Yahoo groups, all
Yeah,
that
yeah,
they
it
were my
was just me.
inspiration.
I still talk about it today on my Team Time Tuesday meetings. Is every meeting I went to, every one of those seminars that I taught, one person sat in the front row telling me no one around here wants to buy Avon and no one's signing up. And they sat right next to an intercouncil seller who had a big giant team.
Yep.
And it was
Crazy.
always like that. One
Yep.
person thought there was no business around. And now that's not even relevant because of online.
I know.
It
It's
wouldn't
really
even
helped.
matter.
Doesn't matter. No, it's everywhere. And your people are still here. They're still next door. Like they're all over. I mean, I meet them, and I'm not going to say like in my time of my life now that just like Avon's not a full-time career for me anymore, because I got into real estate, which and started a lawn care business, but it's still very much relevant. I meet people still, and I'm not even trying. Okay, this is what's important. Online sales coming in. People are buying Skin So Soft oil. I do a quick video on some kind of makeup. It's just this. It amazes me when people are like, still Avon? I'm like, yes, yes, absolutely. Let me
Well,
tell you a story. Let's go
I think that I wanted you on here to do an interview because not everybody is going to have Avon as their prime
Yeah,
income. Matter of fact, that's pretty rare.
yeah, it
Most,
is
most
now.
people have either a part-time or a full-time job, and Avon is their side hustle, don't you think?
Exactly. Yeah, like they everything's a side gig, side hustle, side. And I feel like the COVID era kind of trained us for that. Like if you didn't have a side hustle and that hit, we were all like, yeah, this is kind of what we've been telling you for years, like you really want to try to have something. And I think that it caught a little bit more ground again during
Mhm.
that time, and people really were trying to see what can we do from home. And I still get those messages like, "What can I do from home?" kind of thing. And it's still very much a household name. And I think
Oh
right
yeah.
now it's really keeping up. I think that the products are keeping up. I mean, they're very competitive. This is why we'll try different stuff just to say, hey, are we competitive? Because this is what my competition is. And I'm like, yeah, you're 100% competitive. This is 100% like this product. I tried it. This is where we're at, and I enjoy doing that now. But back in the day, I was climbing that ladder and then I met you in person, and then we just became besties, and then see what happened. And I still remember
Yeah.
when we made our first Formidable Four weekend. Well, I don't know if it was Formidable Four then, but the first weekend at your house, and we all came. And I told my kids I'm going because they were younger. I said, we gone for the weekend, whatever. I'm going. Told them I was going up north some, and who I was seeing. And they're like, oh my God, Mom, that's so cool. You get to go stay with it's like one of your mentors. I'm like, it is. I said, and we're just gonna be hanging out, having a good time.
Yeah, but the mastermind meeting.
Masterminds.
Yes, that was always funny. That was always, and you know what's funny is so that's something actually I wanted to say something about because you and I are not in each other's downline in any way, nor are the other three. So
Right.
we are just three colleagues, and that would be you and me and Teresa, Paul, and Molly. And
Yep.
now we're not even in the same direct sales company. You and I
Nope.
are. They've moved on to something else, but that
Yep.
happens.
It
And
does.
that didn't affect our friendship. We're
No,
still in direct sales. We still all get along just fine. And I think we all help each other.
it does. And I think it helps all the time. I think it's just one of those things. I think the friendships that you gain, especially in Avon, I mean, most all of them, like even my downline, I mean, there's friendships you have for your whole life. It was more of a family build than it was anything. And I think is something that still kind of warms my heart. People are like, well, would you? I wouldn't be interested in doing another direct selling company at my age because I have other things going on. But if I really wanted to be home, I can see that, I would throw myself into the save on 410% again and make, $400 million because that's
And,
what he's
and
there for.
I think it's this a great opportunity
It
still.
is.
And yeah, I'm surprised that the one that surprises me is I suppose I was like that when they first got us, but when LG bought the US Avon business or the North America Avon business, I was skeptical at the beginning, like everybody else, but
Yeah.
now to me, I can understand they've opened up their catalog of other products that we can rep and earn money on. So they've actually opened up our universe of money because of that.
Yeah.
So we've had electronics, we've had the face shop, we've had a bunch of stuff we wouldn't have had. And I actually like that part. What's the best part you like since LG's bought us?
I definitely love the product. I mean, I've tried so many of the Korean, and then you hear that Korean skincare was like Korean makeup and skincare. It's where it's at, and it's just not us. It's all over the internet. So if you spend any time doing any kind of like TikTok or Reels on Instagram, you're always going to get the influencer out there that are going, "Oh, you got to try this glassy face, the snail mucin," and we have that. So I love that they did that. I also love that in the change of the direct selling world, which that's where we've been for probably 10 years now, there's been this change. And it's just like the times. I mean, we're going back when I know when I started selling, there was no internet. So we didn't have the internet. There was no Google. There was no have a website. There was no put your order in online. We did everything on that little thing with the Iowa test, right? It
The
all
Bubble
got in.
Book.
It's a bubble book, right? We did
Yeah,
all
the
that,
Bubble
sent a
Book.
check to pay, did your returns on so it's been hard change. I know you felt it like every milestone change in direct sales has been like, I hate that. And I was always been like with my team, I don't like the change, but we're going to get through the change. And that's what we do. I'm like, and this is how we're going to get through the change. And then we would just talk about the change and how we're going to navigate the change, right? And I think we've watched that hardcore the last 10 years. And then are we going to have a direct selling company? All these companies are closing up around us. We don't feel like we're the same. I don't feel like I have that same voice. It's not about the rep anymore. I mean, I've heard all these from my team, and there's a lot of concerns, but in retrospect, LG has brought product. They have brought more unity in a sense because they're really trying to bring what could be falling apart and crumbling around us together. And I think they're doing a great job of that. The pay structure is great. The things that, and I feel doing things a lot smarter because when the changes are happening, even with the product changes, it's important for people to understand when companies merge like that, you need to keep making money. If they don't make money, we don't have money to make. We're not, you know what I
Right.
mean? So we are still working, even you're in direct sales, you're still kind of working for that company. Then you're hoping and cheering that they're going to make the right decisions to keep us profitable so we can continue to have a legacy even down the road. Because at this point, I have several businesses I'm going to leave to my kids. I feel like there's always an opportunity to rise up. So, and that's what I love. And they're
Yeah.
getting it. Like we got conventions again. It's been a patient waiting game, but you know what? It's working. I just love it. I do.
Well, in the 40 years I've been, it's 40 something, but I don't want to say that anymore because
No,
that makes me look old. So
but
I'm
that's
not,
tenure. That's
I'm,
tenure. Now, if you were a professor at the university, you'd be like, I'm 150 years in. That's what I am. You'd be without the hat.
well, since I
That's
just called
tenure.
the little girl at the restaurant who offered me the senior discount, I called her a bitch. I think, I think that would be well. Anyway, sorry, I just said
For
the
the
B word.
senior discount. I was really looking at them. So what's the age here for the senior discount? They go, well, we need to card you for that drink. Okay, let's do that. And then do I get like anything over 55? Because I am that now. So I want the 10% off.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Oh, I
I'm
do.
I'm solidly committed to my denial. I say keep your 7 cents. I want to lie about it. I want to lie right here.
Right to your
So
face.
when we were at, in matter of fact, Mr. Mann and I went to what's the buffet place? Golden Corral.
Oh,
They automatically gave us the discount, and Mr. Mann pointed that out. And I said, "Sir, that's because you have white hair in your beard. That has nothing to do with me,
nothing to do with you. That is very
Mr.
true.
Mann."
I get it most of the time for Eric because he's got all the gray and I look, 7 years, I'm 7 years older than him and I'm still looking like he's 7 years older than me. So we're doing really well. It's very exciting.
Oh, that's pretty good. So, hey, on the line right now, just which is your favorite product right now on the line? Is it something new, something old?
Oh, right now, might have to say my favorite products. I have a couple. So, but those under eye, a
Oh,
new
the
under eye,
patches. Oh, I love the
absolutely
patches. Yeah.
love those. Um, Totally committed to my a new clinical line, but that brand new collagen builder that's pink that I never in a million year
Mm.
was never. It was
Ooh,
didn't say
I've
it.
been doing that on the neck with the roller ball. That's
Yes, it
awesome.
didn't say like a new on like the pink bottle. So the new, and I said, well, and then we had our team meeting, and one of my reps said, oh my God, that's great. You got to put that on there, and it just plumps. I said, buying it. Well, let me tell you, it is some nice. So their
Nice
skincare is
stuff.
always hands down my favorite. I love their skincare. And that new lip gloss, and I should have brought it down here because that Avon on the Go, I actually like that one. And I'm gonna just admit
Oh,
it. I'm the hardest lipstick person because if anybody follows I don't wear lipstick. I like glosses. I'm more of a glazewear girl, but to get that perfect like tint, like the right color, because I don't like a lot of color on my lips, plus it don't last anyways. It's perfect. So I love those. What was the other ones I was using? Huge fan of their scents as far as the Live Out Loud body butters. I love that they're doing that.
I
And
do
this
like those too.
new introduction to the Skin So Soft spray that they came out with again.
Oh, the
Excellent.
mist. Oh, I like
The
those too.
mist,
Yeah,
love it.
those
Like
are
I
nice.
I missed
Those
all
are
this. So being
nice.
in Georgia, we got a lot of bugs. So this Skin So Soft, anything Skin So Soft is like it's huge because it works. Like I'm spraying it on my screens now. Everybody's getting it. The dogs are getting it. We're all getting it. So and that mist is great because it's got like that long hold button on it. I don't know if you've tried that, but if you actually hold it in, it goes shh,
Oh, no, I
shh.
didn't
You gotta
know that.
hold
I've
that
been
button
using it.
in.
I've been pumping it.
Nope.
Oh, geez, thank you.
It
Oh,
hurts
I'm
the
going to tell
finger.
everybody about that.
It's too cold. It literally spritzes your whole arm. I know. It was like so fabulous. That and their clothes. I've been having a great time. So my team and I have
Oh,
been having a great time
good.
with their clothes. So I have a ton of great products that I'm like, and I could never, I mean, like that'd be half my problem. Where would I get my stuff? Girls, I
So
have
is
been in Sephora. It's just,
the
I am not a fan. I am not a fan. There is too much to choose from, way too many names. Can't do it.
the fragrance that you grab to wear normally, is it which one?
Right now, it's their brand Live Out Loud sprays. So that brand new
Awesome.
one they just came out,
Yep.
wonderful. Spritz it.
Awesome.
If my daughter doesn't get over here to steal them, then I gotta get more. But those are my favorites. I absolutely
Uh,
love the Live Out Loud. That and I'm a haiku girl. I've been a haiku
Oh,
girl my whole life. I've been a haiku girl. So they come. I
yeah,
try
that's
the new
awesome.
ones, but I'm going back to
The
my
original.
my my. I am. I love
Awesome.
it.
Yeah, that sounds a lot.
Yep.
My first fragrance was Sweet Honesty, of course.
I know. Of
What was your
course.
first one?
Sweet Honesty, I have a whole box of all the little caricatures that my mom got for me. They're all Sweet Honesty,
Oh,
and I still have them, and they're forever going to be
uh,
there because. And the Avon lady, so my mom had an Avon lady come into her house. This is a great story. Oh, we have time. So she used to come to the house every week. I felt like it was every week, but it was probably every 2 weeks because back then it was 2 week campaign. But she came on a weekend. It was usually in the morning or a weekday in the morning because my father was never around. And she'd sit down and she used my mom. I found out later my mom was a demo buyer. She would bring her demo
oh.
book over. Then my mom would order the demo things. She'd
Hmm.
show them when she'd go to everybody's house because back in the day, you went home to everybody's house, you brought the demos, and they ordered. You had the books, and then we would get the product. So my mom got probably a little bit of a break. I don't know if she gave her a discount. That same woman ended up working at the school when Johnny was in school. She was the woman at the desk in the front desk. So when I would
Oh,
come in there, she was like, "Oh my God, Lisa, look at you. And you're doing Avon." And then we're going on all these trips and doing all this stuff. And she was like, "You are doing so." She's like, "I always knew you were going to follow in my footsteps."
oh, that's
She's
awesome.
friends with
She
my
must have been
mom and she would come. Yeah.
she must have been so excited about that.
It really was. And to see like where I took it and the level and the trips and all the things, and she didn't do that part. She got out of it. She's like, kind of wish she would have stayed. But then she was like, it's so great to see something she did that probably helped raise her kids um, with us.
So
So
I
yeah,
didn't ask you how did you sign up then? Who did
that's
you
the best story ever.
oh,
So
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
So Michaela turned 1 and Zach was about 2, and I was bored because I have always worked. I've worked 1 or 2 jobs. I was an ice skating teacher. I worked professionally and like as an administrative assistant. I always was busy. And we had a construction thing going on. And so I really didn't need to work. I got laid off from the job after I had Zach. So I stayed home. Stay at home mom was my dream. And then I was like, I'm going to do something. I started looking at all the direct selling companies and I thought, I don't want to have a party if I don't want to have a party. And I don't want to have to lug a bunch of I don't want to have product if I don't. So it kept coming back that Avon was a fit. I'm like, everybody sells Avon. I'm like, oh my God, my mom's friends sold Avon. Everybody's mother sold Avon. I just didn't think that was going to be the fit for me. But then I was watching the news the one morning and they started talking about the Becoming line and Avon and the JC Penney's thing was starting up then. And I
Wow.
was like, I looked in, I sat there with my coffee and I said, I got it. 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 I heard you. I'm going to call today. That was my sign. It's like, that was
Oh,
my
that's
sign to call.
awesome.
So I called a friend of mine that I knew was selling a lot of Avon. She did a lot of fundraising and whatever. And we had, hung out together. So I called her and said, "Hey, I want to sell." She's like, "Really?" I said, "I do." She's like, "Okay." She goes, "Well, I'm not doing leadership right now. Let me get a hold of the manager and I'll have her give you a call." So she did. She called her manager up. She took a $25 referral check for me. And
Jeez.
and still
She
to this
must be
day,
going,
we still talk about that to this day. We meet, she's like, I cannot believe that I did because she still does Avon to this day. She's still we're
oh
still friends.
God.
Still does it, still lives up where I'm from. We used to go to all the awards things together, and she would see me
And
rising
she
up in the
would have made
ranks.
thousands on you. Oh,
Thousands,
geez. Oh,
thousands and thousands and thousands. And one of the things I learned early on was something that I had even learned from you, and some of the things that I had watched. It was like you just don't prejudge the person. You
hmm.
don't judge them. You just never know. And you can have a feeling. You might think, well, and her thought was, she's not really going to be serious about this. It's not really going to happen. And I said, I didn't really know if it was going to work for me either. To be honest with you, I didn't know. I mean, I was giving it a shot. In the first 2 years, I was a great personal shopper. 2 years of personal shopping right here. That's what I did. I mean, I bought all my kids stuff because they had the great kids line. I did all my Christmas shopping. My mom was one of my favorite best customers. Some of her friends were. I wasn't killing myself to get it out there. I was just starting until one of my friends came and said, "Hey, I'm thinking of doing that. Are you making some money?" And I said, "Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's get you signed up." Call the manager up. Said, "How do we do this?" And then back then they could come with you. So you did your first or 3 appointments with them. And I did that. So I got 3 recruits pretty quickly. And I told her, I said, I just helped build it with her. I'm watching people making all this money. So I know we can. And that was off and running. And that's where I was
That's
at. I was
awesome.
I was all about watching those people grow. And back then you kind of could have that back office, but it really wasn't greatly functional. Like they were just coming
Oh
out with the
yeah.
report. Remember how terrible it was?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Terrible.
I think it's hilarious when people complain now because
Oh,
before that, with you even, I joined Avon. I mean, leadership in '93. We had no reports, no nothing,
yeah,
and
I
they
bet.
would charge us a couple bucks to run the labels, and I bought them. My whole
Yeah,
team was from them.
yeah.
Yeah, it was hilarious. And
It's
now
crazy.
we've got
But
everything
the
at our
everything at
fingertips.
fingertips, right?
Yeah,
And
plus we don't have as many
sometimes
appointments in person.
too much information, I think, is just not good for people. Because I feel
Right.
like if you have to actually try to figure it out, it's different. So, like, that's one of the things. I mean, when I started, and my first goal was I just wanted to make $1,000 check. That's all I wanted.
Yeah.
I just couldn't wait to get my first thousand. And I literally have my very first leadership check still to this day. In this, I have this little envelope, the first few years of all the to print them off with the report so that you could look it over, and it's
Mhm.
all on there. And I said it was like a couple hundred. The first one's a couple $100, and I keep those because that was my proof that, you know what, you want to make it work, you got to make it work, you have to follow it, you got to follow it, and you got to chase it, and you got to do what you got to do to get there. And it's no different now. So when we sit down and have a meeting, I said, listen, how much money you need to make? You need to make $1,000 this month. Well, then let's pick a product that you know you can push, and let's go make $1,000, because it's really just that easy. And now you can earn it online doing a video. You can be texting all of your friends. You can be emailing about the information. You have so many ways. We had to go knock on a door. You knock on a door.
Right, right.
You're going to get a
And now
brochure
it
in
sounds like,
somebody's hands.
but people
Now
still have to take action though. They can't
you do.
just think,
That's the action. You
yeah,
got to do all the things. You could do all those things, but you have so many things to do. And it's a relationship business. I mean, I don't even think it's really about the name half the time. If people like you, they're going to buy what you have.
that's
I don't
right.
care what you sell. If they like you, they're going to buy it because they're going to support you. They're going to believe in you. And you're going to be a great person by getting it for them. Great service. You're going to give them some samples and a smile and a conversation. And nobody gets that anymore. Now it's an AI
Right.
guy. I mean, they even want to
I
do that.
love
They'll
that.
push that with everything. Who do you call? Everything you call, an AI answers. They pre-screen your calls when you call. There's never like live people. Relationships are what make you money.
So now do you even know how many Avon trips you've been on?
I do. I mean,
Oh,
I'm up by count. Let me, we'll go through them. The only one, let's go through the ones I missed. I missed Alaska. That would have been my first cruise. So
oh,
that was my son had just dislocated his knee right before that trip. And
oh,
I was doing the solo mom stuff at the time. So and that was a big thing. Like I had built my business up to, I was about executive. I was getting there. I got that, was building leaders. We were on a
yeah.
train. It was momentum. Got pregnant, had another child. That's when John came, still had that momentum. And then I ended up getting divorced when he turned 1. And I looked at my business and said, oh my God, I got to make a lot more money now because now I got 3 kids I got to take care of by myself. I wasn't getting any help and I was going to go get a job. And I looked at my son and I said, I'm probably going to have to go get a job. And he said, who's going to be here when I get home? Who's going to get me off
Oh,
the bus? What's going to happen? Who's going and I just listened to these words and these big eyeballs and I go, huh, he's got a lot of change going on. I mean, his parents are getting divorced. Now his mom's has always been home. He's 7. I'm like, I've never worked. I'm like, you know what? You're right. You're right. I'm not getting a job. I'll make this work. And I sat down and I got a piece of paper out and I figured out how much money do I need to make and what do I have to sell? What do I have to do? And that's what I did. And I made it happen. And in the background, you guys, you have every naysayer in the world going, you're never going to do it. I had my ex telling my kids I was never going to make it. I had everybody in the world telling me. I had team members dropping off like flies. Okay. Because believe me, when your life gets bad, people step, oh, they go, oh, she's not helping me anymore. And that's what I fell into because I did a lot for my team. And I had learned then do all that for your team anymore because you got to give them what you got to make them come to it and help
So you
bring them in.
match their energy, right?
That's
Match their
exactly it.
energy. Yeah.
I mean, so I had to rebuild and guess what? I did it. I did it. I made senior, but I got that cruise and I didn't go on the cruise because of that happening. So that was my first trip. But then I went to, let's say I did Puerto Rico. I've been to Hawaii twice. I've been to the Bahamas a couple times. I've been to Bermuda. We were to
The
Las
Dominican,
Vegas, the Dominican. Yep. Oh, did we do
we've been
Costa
to
Rica?
a bunch, a
Oh my
bunch.
God, so many. I mean, it's like all the traveling at and Dominican was the best. I mean, that pool scene, we should have had that on film. We'd still be
That
making
was
money off that.
awesome. You mean before the cops came?
Yes, when you fled.
When I fled. Yeah. In my defense, I had the kid with me and the kid was little.
Fine.
So
I know,
all I
it's
could think
fine.
of was
No
Mexican prison,
warning. Just leave your friends out there. Just let us
Mexican prison. Hey, fend for yourself, people.
prison. Yep. Lisa's like, I'm out. She's gone. Doesn't tell
Yeah.
anybody. Doesn't say the popo's coming. Nothing. We
No,
turn around. There's no Wilber and there's a bunch of cops.
no,
I'm like, well, this is a
no.
problem. And
I've
just to
seen
be
Midnight Express. I'm not interested in all that
to be
with a kid.
fair, that was on me because I asked about the pool times to a bunch of people and speak no English, and they just said yes, yes to everything I said, and I thought it was open. I said, "So that pool over there open late because we had a late
That's
meeting."
funny.
They're like, "Yeah, see," I'm like, "So we can swim." See, I'm like, "See, it's all good."
No, that was the Dominican Hard Rock, right? That was one.
Yes,
Is that your favorite trip or
that was one of
hard
my
to pick?
favorites.
Yeah,
I
that was
have
a
to
good one.
say that one and the Maui trip. I think Maui was.
Oh, that was really good too.
Yeah, I got
I
to bring
like
my
the Maui.
sister on that trip, and that was one of her biggest dreams. So I actually fulfilled that for her, which I heard about a lot when she got sick. So I'm super excited. But we had so much fun. I mean, just that was so fun. The whole trip was a good time, and I mean, all of them are good. I mean, it doesn't matter where we've been or what we did. I mean,
No,
even the conventions. I mean, I have to say, all of the conventions have been just a great
fabulous.
time. Just
Now, wouldn't you
fabulous.
say, I tell my team members that the convention is, if you want a taste of what the trip's like,
Yeah,
go to the convention because it's not, you have to pay, but on a trip that you are, you don't.
that's
But
right.
you see how big the company is, you see all the detail they go into. So I think everyone should go to convention. What's your thoughts on that?
They absolutely, they absolutely do. They
Because
absolutely
it's,
do.
yeah, there's one coming up this year in Orlando that's going to be pretty good. And by the way, I get to have a little speech.
Really? Here we
Yes, a little bit because of the national
We're
ambassador thing.
we're going this year. It's on my calendar. If I didn't
Oh,
get to go last
awesome.
year, I know. And it was falling during another convention time that I was trying to make. I didn't even make that one. But I mean, so this year I just said that's it. It's in Orlando. That was one of the funnest trips we had. I can't wait to go back. I'm really hoping some of my team members can come because I really want them there. Um, I don't
Well,
know.
we'll
It's
have
hard.
to
I mean,
hook
a
up
lot of
and
people don't have any money. I get it. It's slim pickings, but let me go through this again for you for the ones in the back. Pick a product, sell the heck out of it. How much do you need to make? It will pay your bills. You just have to have a plan.
yeah,
You know,
people, if they're
that's
already
it.
saying today that they can't afford it, you got what, almost
Yes.
2 months?
Yes, you
Two
can make
months
you
to
can
pay
make
for it
this you
still.
can make this trip happen. I mean,
Absolutely.
I haven't even booked where I'm going to stay yet. I just paid that I'm going to go. I committed that I'm going to go, and when I'm just going to be an Airbnb. I don't know if see the staying part. I don't care. I just want to be there. That's like the afterthought. My husband's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "We'll figure it out." But just get there. Just make the plan. Commit.
I
I'm
hope
excited.
we get to either do some pool time or something because, yeah,
Yes.
my cousin's going. Cousin Dory's going with me.
Now, are you
Um,
staying? Are you staying there at the place?
yes, but I've
Okay.
already got two roommates.
Nice. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, we got a pool key with you.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yes, of course. So yeah, my other roommate's Kim, the one that stayed with me three other conventions. We usually room. Yeah, Mr. Man can't go quite yet. He's almost able to go,
It's
but not
almost
quite yet.
not yet. Getting
So,
there. Baby steps.
oh, I can't wait for you to meet Mr. Man. You haven't.
Oh, could be a hoot.
Yeah, Molly's the only one. Molly and Lee's the only one that's met him so
Yeah,
far as our, our friends. So,
right.
but that's awesome. Yeah, he did get to meet some when he was coming up to New Hampshire. The play people were there one time. and
Oh,
he got to meet the director. But you know what? The director, Kenny, he's almost same height as Ty, but he weighs a buck 20 maybe
oh,
on a good day.
really?
So he's a
Wow.
little skinny guy. So I don't know why that made Ty look taller.
Really?
He was towering over him, and then they're about the same height. But I guess it's because Kenny is so skinny. I don't know. But anyway, we're almost at time already. What I want to do is give you an opportunity, if you don't mind, that some closing words of advice. And let's frame it this way, because you're a longtime veteran of the company, longtime leadership representative. How do you what kind of things do you do and say to yourself, and what kind of systems do you have so you don't have some big giant feelings every time something new comes down the pike you may or may not like?
Oh my gosh, I always have big giant feelings about it.
Do you?
And
I
I go like this
never do. I never do
because
anything.
I hate change. That's not what we see. We don't see that because Lisa's not going to do that because that's everything in my life. Okay. That's everything. And the
Which
change
change,
is
yes, change
inevitable.
is constant.
But
Yeah, that's the constant.
what I do is, and I have been doing this, and I got to been doing this whole time. I mean, I think I've been doing this. I did a beauty advisor. I was a certified beauty advisor. I was a certified beauty advisor trainer. I did all of the, and every time they made a change with it, it was like disheartening. You didn't like it. We change in leadership. We change in this. But you know what? When you invest yourself into that, and I don't care about the people. I don't care about what's going on in the background. It's what you're doing. So if you're investing yourself in, I'm gonna sell my Avon. I'm gonna make some money and make a go of this. And you get the right people around you, the positive ones, not the naysayers. You don't get in these not groups. You don't get into those. You don't listen to the banter. Don't listen to the, don't sit with the people in the back. Okay. Pay attention to what's in front of you. Get the advice and the I don't know, get that person that you can talk to that says, yeah, that kind of stinks a little bit, but this is what we're going to do and this is what can happen, and then you talk it through. That's what I mean. Most everything's open. We're all open. You have open meetings. Find those rooms, and every day I get up and there's a plan and a schedule. There's a calendar. Everything's on it. Put everything on the calendar. And I don't care if it's, I'm going to go out for 2 hours and just talk to people at the mall, or I'm going to go put some books out for 2 hours tomorrow afternoon, or I'm going to make phone calls this afternoon, or this is going to be my office day and I'm just going to send emails, look, see what the specials are. Who can I follow up with? You just want to put it on your calendar and make a schedule, because if you can do that, we are all very busy. And you can see that things go around us like this all day with the internet. This is what we see. Everybody sees this. So you have to stop it and you have to put it on your calendar, and you just have to commit, get rid of the noise, make a plan. If you can't put the plan together, if you don't know what you want, then talk to somebody and then put it out. But I personally can, every day, you have to talk yourself into being a great person, a great salesperson, and what you're doing, because it's bad for everybody. Has a bad moment, a bad day, a bad campaign, things are on back order, stuff happens. It makes us it's very, but if you're going to take your negative, oh, this is wrong, or I'm not having a good day, and you give it to somebody or a platform or whatever, that's just going to feed it with growth serum, it becomes a gigantua problem, and you're going to get stuff you've never looked for, and you're going to you're going to start thinking, why did I even get up this morning? Don't do that. Do the
So
positive
surround
stuff.
yourself
Find
with
the answers.
positive,
Positive. Yes,
make
you
a
have to.
plan, stick to
Make
the
a plan.
plan,
Stick
and
to the
don't
plan.
listen to the negative. La
That's
la
right.
la la la. I'm not
Way
gonna
too
listen.
many positive things going on. I see the positive groups, the positive team leaders, the positive people that are just trying to get it out there. And that's what you have to do. And I'll tell my team, like, I have a meeting once a month. So I used to have it weekly, but we don't have enough to talk about every week. So we do it once a month. Now, if you got more, you get on Wilber's if you want to be on more, because she's got
Yeah,
time to be sitting there doing. I just don't have to. I am also running two other businesses.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I do it once a month, and I tell them, if you can't show up, I'm showing up. Now, if I'm showing up for that hour prepared with product that I love, that I'm selling and whatever, I know everybody can. Absolutely.
That's
Easy,
awesome. Well,
easy.
thank you so much. That was so much fun.
Hey,
Yay!
hang out with us,
Yay!
because we're going to be hanging out.
Yeah, so thank you so much. I'm going to stop the recording, but stay right there for a minute. But I did want to thank you so much for sharing your expertise because I do consider you an Avon expert after all.
Oh, thank you.
Actually, a sales expert, more like it. You know how to juggle so well, and you know how to stay focused, and you know how to not let all the negative overrun you. And I think that's very, very awesome. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. I
Well,
love
thank you.
this. This is great.
So stay right there just for a second, and
Mhm.
we'll stop the recording. Thank you.